Well, of course Siri's been listening to your private conversations. She's a very good listener. She's not a very good answerer, but listening, that she can do.
What if I told you that your iPhone might have been spying on you this whole time? Apple just agreed to a massive $95 million settlement. But what exactly were they caught doing? And why aren't they admitting any wrongdoing? The Siri scandal exposed.
Apple has issued a new statement on the Siri privacy concerns. The video I called Apple out on a few days ago and said, hey, this isn't okay. But they do have this portion of their site called Apple Newsroom, and that's essentially where you can learn all of the statements they want to make to the public. And on that page, earlier this morning, they posted an article about how they saw people upset with the fact that they were grading Siri communications using third-party contractors. And as soon as they found out people were upset about that, they immediately stopped doing it. And they're making some changes for Siri improvements from here on out.
For years, people have suspected that their phones are listening to them. Ever mention a product in a conversation and suddenly, bam, ads for that exact thing start popping up on your screen? Well, turns out that might not have been a coincidence. A lawsuit accused Apple of eavesdropping on customers through its virtual assistant, Siri. The claim that Apple was secretly recording conversations without permission and, get this, allegedly sharing those recordings with advertisers.
Apple has offered to pay $95 million to settle a lawsuit in which the company was accused of eavesdropping on iPhones and other devices. The allegation is that for 10 years, Apple secretly activated the Siri on mobile devices to record people's conversations. As many of you will know, Siri is the virtual assistant on Apple devices that should only be activated with the trigger words, "Hey Siri." The lawsuit claimed that some of these recorded conversations were then shared with advertisers in an attempt to sell products to consumers they thought would most likely be interested in those products.
In the U.S., to my understanding, it's really just American consumers that are affected by this, pending the approval of a U.S. district judge. That consumers here will get up to $20 per device, with some caveats, but $20 per device if they own one of the devices affected, whether it's an iPhone or an iPad and so forth. That's tens of millions of people who could be getting checks in the mail.
Apple has agreed to pay up, but here's the kicker. They're not admitting any wrongdoing. So if they did nothing wrong, why cough up $95 million? Is this just a PR move, or is there something even bigger they're covering up? If these allegations are true, this isn't just about Apple. It's about your privacy being for sale. If Siri was listening without permission, what else is your phone picking up? Your private conversations, your business deals, your secrets?
There's a lot of anecdotal stories out there about people talking about a place or a thing or a restaurant only to be advertised a few hours later on their advertising feed on their iPhones, and it turns out that is in fact happening. Apple has settled for $95 million in a lawsuit that accuses Apple of allowing Siri to record conversations and then to share those conversations with advertisers from September 2014 to the end of last year. And that $95 million is just a sliver of what Apple has made since 2014, for example, making $750 billion profit since then. And so that represents, if doing the math, about 9 hours of profit for Apple. Now, legal analysts say that that settlement is a bargain. Now, by settling, it allows Apple to not admit any guilt whatsoever, also avoiding the publicity of a trial, avoiding bigger charges, potentially, of wiretapping or breaking privacy laws, which is a much bigger fine, representing over $1.5 billion.
But here's the real question. Is this just the tip of the iceberg? If Apple, one of the most trusted tech companies, was doing this, who else is? Google, Amazon? Is your smart home actually a spy house? What's next? With Apple caught up in this mess, will there be more lawsuits against tech giants? And what does this mean for your privacy moving forward? Should we start covering our phone microphones like we do our laptop cameras? Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Apple was really spying on us? And if so, is a $95 million payout enough, or just pocket change for one of the world's richest companies? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in the world of tech scandals, there's always more gossip to spill.